What's up, guys? Coming to you, talk to you about KOTOR versus Fallen Order. So, I haven't finished Fallen Order yet. I'm in the middle of a playthrough of Fallen Order and KOTOR. I've been playing both of them at the same time. And I haven't finished, but I want to give you my initial reaction. That's why this is a part one. Because I can't really decide the issue until I finish the game, because the story is also what makes a game great. My initial reaction is KOTOR is the better of the two. KOTOR is my favorite game of all time. I'm biased because I'm a Star Wars fan. But I love that game. That game is fantastic. But I'm enjoying Fallen Order. So here's some things that I like about it, and I'll get to why I think so far I'll say that KOTOR is better. So the gameplay is excellent. It's one of the best gameplays that I've played for Star Wars. It's very similar to a game that I just finished playing, which is the Tomb Raider Rising or something. It's one of the newer Tomb Raider games that came to the Xbox One based off the newer Tomb Raider movie. And I really enjoyed that game. It was a lot of fun. But some of the gameplay is very similar. Like the way you climb, the way you jump, and all of that. But you add a lightsaber, which is awesome. Now, one of my problems with the game is I wish you could pick up a blaster. I've played a lot of the KOTOR games, and you had like a whole bunch of blasters. So I don't know why they don't just give you a blaster of some kind, because why not? You don't have to always use your lightsaber. I mean, it's cool, but there are some enemies that probably would do better just shooting rather than charging with a lightsaber. I'm just saying. But the gameplay is excellent. The world looks amazing. This is definitely the best looking Star Wars game. I'm biased against the newer two Battlefronts, just because they're kind of half-baked. And Star Wars is about stories. That's what it's always been about. And so as much as I love shooting people online, which I never play online games, as much as I like that, I feel like Star Wars is really about stories. And so when you take a story out of it, and I've heard that there's a good story in the Battlefront 2 version, but it's nothing like the old Battlefront 2, which had an amazing story, following the 501st all the way from the Republic to the Empire. It was pretty sweet. Pretty sweet campaign. But this one, Fallen Order, it's kind of a very simplistic plot, and I think it's pretty good. So I really liked his friend on the first world, and I'm really excited that I'm about to go to Nar Shaddaa, which is one of my favorite Star Wars planets, which we got to go back in KOTOR 2, which I was a bit disappointed with KOTOR 2. I mean, the story is amazing. It's not as good in my opinion, but it is really good. I think they played up if they had taken away some of the mystery of who you are and made it more about Darth Kraya, probably would have been a better game. But they wanted to replicate KOTOR 1, and so it had to be about the mysteries of who you are instead of about the mystery. You should just be a random Jedi, and it really should have been about the mysteries of who your master is. But that's just my thought, which is why I like KOTOR 1 better. It's a more polished game, and it still holds up today. Like I said, been doing a playthrough. I'm about halfway. I've done all of the planets except for Korriban, and I saved it for last because I really like that one. I just finished Manon. I've heard that some people don't like that one, but it's really good. In my opinion, it's very different. When I first played it, I had a hard time with Manon, but now that I've been there, done that, it's really easy. And so it doesn't bother me as much if you do everything the right way. It's only difficult your first time through if you don't know what you're doing. But otherwise, it's a breeze, and I like it. I really like the Sunray trial for Manon because it makes you choose whether you're going to do the right thing or you're going to protect the public. And that's really interesting, especially in wartime. And so, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. I can't believe they did that in an actual video game and a Star Wars video game. But anyways, I just hit the Leviathan, so I've only got a few more planets left. As far as Fallen Order, I did the first planet, and then I did the second one. I don't remember the names. And then I went to Kashyyyk because love me some Kashyyyk. I didn't really like Kashyyyk on this. Mostly because the trees weren't tall enough. And that didn't make any sense to me. Because I've played KOTOR. I know what the planet used to look like. Like, the trees are enormous. Maybe it's just a different part of the world. I don't know. But it didn't look like Kashyyyk because there wasn't enough trees. I was in too many stupid bases, which I suppose they built during the Empire, but still, I wanted more trees. I wanted to be swinging on treetops, you know. It would have been a lot cooler than just another random base. Now, the AT-AT fight was pretty cool. I think that's what it was called. That was pretty sweet. I like blowing stuff up in that thing. I love the little robot. He's definitely one of my favorite robots. Is he better than HK-47? Not sure. And I love T3 from KOTOR as well. He's up there. I like him. I like him a lot. I like him better than BD-88 from the new series. But I do like BD. Like, he's one of the better additions of the newer Star Wars. So what makes this less good than KOTOR? I think it's story. I think there's some interesting things going on in the story, but it's even the old Dark Forces games had more of a story to follow. I like the side characters. I don't remember their names. The black lady and the short guy. I think they have great personalities. I think they're really done well. I enjoy my conversations with them. It's probably part of my favorite part of the game, are those two characters, especially whatever her name is. I really like hearing her formal story about how she was tortured by the Sith and how she betrayed her own Padawan, and how that's really forced her to leave the Force and not consider her a Jedi anymore. Really great stuff. Really great stuff. But I kind of remember of another character that I liked even more, which is Mr. Bendu, who's one of my favorite Star Wars characters. Shirley Bendu. Just an excellent character. Oh, I see. He's such a good character. I was thinking of, like, every time you kind of end with him, it's like, I'll be going. You say, I'll be going now, and he's like, oh, I see. Toy with the old man, or something like that. It's so good. So good. Yeah, I really like, I think KOTOR's got so much more of a story. and the story of Revan, the story of redemption, the story of Bastila. You know, she fallen to the dark side because she's a young, headstrong Jedi who has always had a hard time following the Jedi Order's rules anyways. And then she ends up back with Revan and ends up falling to the dark side because of all of the trouble she's been going through. And then you have Cartho Nassi, who just a Republic soldier just trying to do his thing, but he's been betrayed by his mentor, and you have to handle that. You have to pick up the pieces of it. Man, it's such a good story. I love all the side characters. In KOTOR 2, I didn't like all the side characters. I liked half of them, but I liked most of them. And I did like that you could make them all, or many of them, Jedi. But it was cool to have a Zabarak on your team. That was awesome. But you know, it felt so short. The twist about yourself didn't really feel as interesting. And then the last few chapters, like, everything was just kind of worthless. Everything you had done previously was just kind of whatever. So that's my problem with KOTOR 2. I know this is supposed to be about Fallen Order. Fallen Order is a great game. It's definitely top 10 Star Wars games. I still prefer some of the old KOTOR games. I think I'll let you know. I'll let you know when I finish the story. So please don't leave spoilers in the comments, because I want to finish the game. And I've done my very, very best not to have spoilers. I've been trying not to get spoiled for this game. So please help me with that, and don't leave spoilers, because I won't reply to them. But in part 2, spoiler that comment section away, because I'll have beaten the game by that time that comes out. But I grew up with Kyle Katarn, and he's my second favorite Jedi, second only to Luke Skywalker. I love that character. And some, like, his story of being the son of a Jedi, but he ends up working for the Empire for a while, and then he leaves the Empire because he's a stormtrooper, and then he becomes a scoundrel. Becomes basically a Han Solo character, and then eventually the Force calls him, and he ends up with Luke Skywalker being trained under him, and then becoming training with him to train others with Jedi Academy. He's your master. Just great storytelling. Just great storytelling. So I really like those games better. Dark Forces 2 is one of my favorite all-time games, and I just felt like the storyline is better in that. And you get to have blasters, which is pretty awesome. But there's some cool stuff in this game. I really like what they're doing. It makes me excited for the future of Star Wars games, because the 2 Battlefront games that we got are just whatever. I mean, Battlefront 2 back on the Xbox, gold. Just great. So that's my initial thoughts on the games. Let me know what you think about that. Do you think Jedi Fallen Order is the best Star Wars game? Do you like KOTOR? I mean, it's arguably the best game in Star Wars. For me, it's the best game of all time. That's going to be a high mark to set. But let me know what you think. I'm curious. But again, please don't put spoilers in these comments, because I don't want to spoil the game for myself. If I even get a hint of spoilers, I won't be reading your comments until much later. So please do me a favor and don't do that. If you're new here, go ahead and give us a like if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe again if you're new. We'd love for you to join the family. And leave us a comment. Let me know what you thought. Which one you thought was better. Let me know if you even played KOTOR, because I know some of youth at church have never played. I actually let one of them borrow KOTOR because you can play it on the Xbox One, which is pretty sweet. Which there's an addition. There's a new planet. Well, it's a trading post on Dagobah, but yeah, I guess that was on like a download or something from the original, but I've never played it. So let me know what you think. I'll catch you next time. Peace.